Okay. Imagine you just got out of work or class at 5 p.m. on a Friday. You want to go to New York, but you know that it takes 2 hours and 45 minutes by train from Baltimore to New York. You also know that it's going to take even longer if you drive. You don't want to book a hotel overnight. Well, welcome to the future of the Hyperloop, where you can get from DC to New York in less than 30 minutes. The Hyperloop in the United States will include faster travel for passengers, better shipment options for cargo, and improvements to past travel technology. You might think, why is this important to me? Well, I love to travel, but when do you ever have time between family, work, and school, right? Well, the Hyperloop will get you from where you are to where you want to be. Not only that, but as technology improves, more and more universities get involved and design for these new technologies, specifically the pod design for the Hyperloop, which we'll touch base on later. Also, improvements to the self-charging battery for the Hyperloop will have impacts on more travel technologies, specifically like the vehicle you rode or drove here in today. According to the academic journal Risk Management, SpaceX won a NASA contract in 2008 to take over cargo shipment to the International Space Station. The founder of SpaceX is none other than the genius Elon Musk, who is the CEO of Tesla Motors and also the founder of PayPal and SolarCity. He is also the idea behind the Hyperloop. So what we're going to go over in this speech is I'm going to provide you with what the Hyperloop is, where you're going to see proposed construction in the United States, shared value potential for cargo shipment, and improvements to past technology based on the battery design. So Travis, if you'll hit the next. So this is Hyperloop One's Vision for America, where you'll see some proposed areas of construction for the Hyperloop. You see the Colorado Hyperloop, Hyperloop Nevada, Hyperloop Texas, Florida, and Midwest. Go to next, please. This is in Las Vegas, Nevada, where they're actually doing testing on the Hyperloop right now. That's one of the tunnels. Go to next. This is a design mock-up, kind of like a train station. You see it open from the side, people get on, it goes to where they want to go, and then they get off. This is the pod design. This is how you'll be seated. You can see they put little TVs in there. And this is the skeleton. You've got the batteries in the back, the air compressor in the front, the pod seats in the middle. You've got a firewall and a sound bulkhead. And here's some references. All right, thank you, Travis. The Hyperloop is popularly known as the fifth mode of transportation behind ships, trains, aircraft, and automobiles. And here's the reason why. What is the Hyperloop, and where are we going to see it in the United States? According to Wired magazine, Hyperloop's undergoing its experiment at SpaceX's headquarters in Los Angeles, California. The pod design for the Hyperloop competition was held in January of 2017, and evaluating engineering indicated that Purdue University engineering team was one of 29 who got to move on to the next set of a competition for the pod design for the Hyperloop. There were 120 universities total that were involved. American Society of Mechanical Engineers has indicated that the Hyperloop is an elevated pressurized tube in which capsules, much like the pods that you saw in the pictures, will move through at a high rate speed of travel. Elon Musk calls it a combination of a Concorde, a railgun, and an air hockey table. The futuristic tunnels will move these pods equipped with solar-powered rechargeable batteries at very fast rates of speed, almost 700 miles per hour, I think. That's what they're trying to get to. Financial Times was present in Las Vegas, Nevada, for the testing, and they have said that the Hyperloop will get from San Francisco to Los Angeles in half an hour. I know that we don't live in California, but that's a 6-hour drive. Some other proposed Areas of construction are the Colorado Hyperloop, which will go from Cheyenne, Wyoming to Santa Fe, New Mexico, and of course the one from DC to New York. And you saw the list of all the others. It's supposed to span across the whole United States. Now, travel will be faster for passengers, but it will also be faster for cargo as well. And as travel gets faster for cargo shipments, there comes an array of options when it comes to shipping cargo. USA Today was present in Las Vegas, Nevada, and said that a gaggle of investors attended. Hyperloop One CEO Rob Lloyd has stated that their goal is to move cargo by 2019 and passengers by 2020. That's not too far from now. What, that's 2-3 years? It's pretty fast paced. Not only will it be good for cargo shipment because it's faster, but at a lower energy usage, lower costs, and no carbon emissions, it's actually a better alternative for the environment. In addition to faster travel for passengers and cargo, there will be improvements to the battery design, which we'll be able to apply to past travel technology that's still in use today. The battery is similar to the electric Tesla Model S sedan that's out on the market right now. And according to Research Technology Management, in September 2017, a new electric-powered semi-truck is going to be unveiled by Tesla Motors. Elon Musk sat down with Bloomberg Television's In the Loop and indicated that not only are they going to unveil that new truck, but the battery design can be helpful for Boeing, which is the company behind the aircraft and satellite that I'm sure we're familiar with, right? So he explained on In the Loop that if Boeing took their battery cells and made them smaller, similar to the design of the battery cells for the Hyperloop, then there would be more room to space the batteries out. That way, you'll have more thermal insulation. So if something were to happen to the aircraft, let's say an event on the runway, it would reduce fire and smoke hazards. So I know if you hear those stories and something happens on the runway and people can't get out of the plane because the door is jammed, you won't have to worry about being overcome by something like fire and smoke. So improvements to past technology might just be as important as the Hyperloop itself. So we went over how the Hyperloop in the United States will include faster travel for passengers, better shipment options for cargo, and improved past travel technology. We will see the Hyperloop transportation being built in numerous cities. We went over how it's built, kind of what it looks like with the presentation. We went over the shareholder value potential and how it's good for the environment, and how the new battery design can be used on a range of travel technology that we use today. As scientist Nikola Tesla once said, great moments are born great opportunity. And I'll go over my audience, which I did forget to do in the very beginning. There's no one in that chair.